and gentlemen, welcome to the Fellowship of the Services Chesterfield District Festival of Remembrance 2019. For those who are able, would you kindly be upstanding to welcome our honoured guests. Led by the District Chairman John Sedgwick, we have Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant of Derbyshire, Mr. Willie Tucker and Miss Jill Tucker. The High Sheriff of Derbyshire, Lord William Wellington. Their worships the Mayor and Mayoress of Chesterfield, Councillor Gordon Simons and Councillor Kate Caulfield. Chair of the Staveley Town Council, Councillor Donald Parsons and Mrs. Parsons. Leader of Staveley Town Council, Mr. Paul Mann and Mrs. Mann. The Town Clerk of Staveley, Mr. Mark Evans and Mrs. B. Evans. The Reveille of Chesterfield, Honourable Tony Perkins and Mrs. and Miss Amanda Combine. Councillor Martin Blacker and Mrs. Jean Spencer. We also have the past National Chairman of the Fellowship of the Services, Mr. Eric Wood. The Eastern Area Chairman of Fellowship of the Services, past Chairman Companion, George Morris.
Mr. Chairman, special guests, ladies, guests and companions, a very hearty welcome to you on this filthy evening. Bob just leaned to his wife and said, "Good grief, he's here again." You'll have to shoot him for getting him down. Now, this is the time when you have already been reminded, but when we turn to one another and we smile. If by some trick of fate you had a silent meal before you came, and that's who you're sitting with, you know the scene, vision but no sound, until he cannot stand it any longer and he said, "Well, what have I done?" It's not what you've done, it's what you've not done. Go on, forgive him, it's a man thing. They do it all the time. Now, my friend Callum's come. There's a rumour circulating and I want to dispense with it right now. There is not a thing going on between her and myself. It has been rumoured. But I'm not supposed to tell you that she makes a damn good breakfast. Anyway, settle yourselves down, make yourselves comfortable, and we're going to welcome the representatives and the standards of our local organisations And so to the band, the British Legion, the muster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Union flag. The Fellowship of the Services flag. The Queen's colour of the Old Contemptibles. The Blind Veterans Association. Royal Engineers. The Army Cadets. Parachute Regiment. Staveley British Legion. The Sea Cadets. The Air Cadets. The Royal Engineers. Marine Cadets and Sea Cadet Corps. St John's Ambulance Brigade, and representing those faithful ladies who stand in the rain, the poppy sellers.
Thank you very much. As I said, riddle yourself about a bit, and if you step behind that fella that's 6 foot tall, you can ease over till you can see. You'll feel a lot better about it. Right, it gets more like a family show every day. We nearly meet as a family every year. People we possibly haven't seen the whole year. In fact, I think we've been coming down on myself. It's become a family show. In fact, some of the younger ones have grown up with us. They're wonderful people. Anyway, they're going to open our concert this evening, and they're going to play for us Pastime with Good Company. Ladies and gentlemen, the Long Eaton Silver Prize Band and their musical director, Sharon Stansfield. here. Now, Companion John, I'm going to introduce you now. I say reintroduce you really. Always seems to choose a piece suitable for the occasion. I think I better let him tell you all about it. Companion John Wills.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Over. Anyway, tonight's poem, monologue, whatever you call it, is written by a local lad called John Prentice. I don't know whether you know him or not. I think he's a folk singer of one thing or another. And he penned this, I don't know, years ago. Anyway, it's called Not One General Died. And whether it's for the evening, I don't know, but anyway, you go. You ask of me when I was young and strutting in my prime. You talk of days gone by and you take me back in time to July the 1st, 1916, and tears come to the fore as we marched across no man's land among the grass and straw. With all my friends around me, smiling, young and brave, we all went over the parapet, wave after foolish wave, to fight the old barbed wire of the mud, a-singing as we go, shoulder unto shoulder, and marching heel to toe. 'Twas on a summer's morning, a day that grown men cried. 60,000 casualties, and not one general died. We never knew what hit us upon that fateful morn. We didn't even realise that we were just a pawn. But we saw so many comrades face down on the ground. We all kept moving forward, and no one turned around. The numbers thinning out, the boys, all along the field. There was nowhere out there on that plain to give us any shield. We stood out like scarecrows among the golden corn, marching out to hell and back, ragged, tattered, torn. It was on a summer's morning, a day that grown men cried. 60,000 casualties, and not one general died. They saw counters on a board. To them it was just a game. They pushed the counters round the board. But we died just the same. They didn't get the blame, you see, they didn't get the sack. As far as the general staff was concerned, there was no turning back. But those of us that did come back were never quite the same. Some with broken bodies, and some with addled brains. To the generals, we were failures, because we didn't take the line. But we lived through that day again, time after bloody time. It was on a summer's morning, a day that grown men cried. 60,000 casualties, and not one general died. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. I told you it was quite good, didn't it? Now then, my job gets easier each year, I think, but at this time I'm going to hand it over to Karen. And I've done it again. Sharon. me in terrible trouble. I'm on about breakfast. Anyway. I've been thinking about this, you know. She always comes and able to tell you each detail of what she does, what she's not going to do, and who's going to do what. This is a tremendous and wonderful achievement. If I keep singing this, that's be alright. Anyway, here's Sharon to tell you all about her next two pieces.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back here again. We got here despite being a little damp. Some of us set off yesterday to ensure and Bill set off on Tuesday, so just to make sure. He's been living in the back room on sandwiches and beer, but it's all right. Okay, I want to introduce you to Hannah. So Hannah's my granddaughter, and I think when she first sang for you, she was 8 or 9 years old. And as these years go by, she's grown again, and she's now just 13 years old. I think that's a vocal mic. So yes, you can take that. And I'm sure that the nice men up there will turn it on. There you go, they're waving at you. Wave back, Hannah, wave back. He's your friend. Okay. So as you can see, this piece of music is from the show Oliver, and it's called As Long As He Needs Me. So here we go, Hannah Dennis.
Does need me.
Did you enjoy that? She's not bad, is she, for 13 years old? Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Dennett. And now I'd like to introduce another member of my family. It's good, isn't it, this? Now, it's the only time that they'll do as they're told, and then I'm not quite so sure. So this is my niece, Emma, and she's going to play just here for you. Oh, over there for you. And it's quite out, this piece of music, so it's as you can see from your programmes, it says Benedictus, but it's from a mass by Carl Jenkins, and it's called The Armed Man, or A Mass for Peace. So it's an anti-war piece of music, if you like to say, you know, the frugality of war and everything. So I think it's the 7th or 11th movement in this huge choral work. It's called the Benedictus, and it's probably one that you may have heard of. And Emma plays it beautifully, so tonight would you welcome Emma Rampling playing Benedictus.
I'll tell you what gets up mine. Although I've been now introduced into the 21st century. Direct debit and all that. It took a long time, right? It took a long time to be persuaded. However, I still managed to go to the bank and the building society. And you stood there in the queue, waiting to the put and take. And a couple's in front of you. Walk up to the teller, and you know full well you're going to be there a while. When he drops his elbows on the bar, the handbag goes on the side of him, and you stood there when how much longer are they going to be? And suddenly there's a sheet of paper handed by the teller through to them, and off they wander. They've not done any business, they've just been asking questions, and right there is a reception that will tell them all about it if they'd gone to them. And you're still waiting to draw your money out, desperate to catch that bus. Anyway, my next companion friend, Mick, Mullarkey, you've already heard him, he's been chattering at you from the beginning of the evening. But he is the lad from Alton, who can be regarded as a singer. He also sings with the guitar. Most of you have met him before. If you haven't met him before, he's quite good. I keep telling him that anyway. Here he is, Mick Mullarkey, and he's going to sing for you. You're my best friend, I think. Yes, he is. My best friend, there he is. There he is.
My roadie's going to come up in a moment and sort this out. Yeah, because I can't get him back. Can you hear me? No? Can't hear me. Well, first of all, I'd like to point out that I'm definitely not the love child of Sharon and Bill. As much as they would like it. When the organisers, and I'm one of them, I must admit, kindly invited me to do a number this evening, I found it difficult to think what would be appropriate. And sadly, my wife died 6 months ago, and her favourite song was the one I'm going to do now. And if you'd like to join in the chorus, which takes the weight off me, you're very, very welcome. You place gold on my finger. You brought love like I've never known. You gave life to our children and to me a reason to go on. Come on, you're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled wind. You're my anchor in life's ocean, but most of all, you're my best friend. When I need help and inspiration, you're always weak. I could search the whole world over. You will be everything that I need. You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled wind. You're my anchor in life's ocean, but most of all, you're my best friend. You're my bread when I'm hungry. You're my shelter from troubled wind. You're my anchor in life's ocean, but most of all, you're my best friend. You're my anchor in life's ocean, but most of all, you're my best friend.
The next chap in our programme is another great friend of ours, and he must be terribly busy. I don't know how he's finding time, but he has found time to come and share with us a piece called The Bathe. Your MP, the Right Honourable Toby Perkins.
Thank you very much indeed, Bill, and it's a huge pleasure, once I missed it for the world, being here. But I have to correct you, unfortunately, Bill. You billed me as the Member of Parliament, but as of yesterday, there are no Members of Parliament in the elections. The election's been called, we've had no Members of Parliament for a day, and we now have biblical storms, people driving their cars into 4 foot of water, and I think some people thought you could do without it. I sense you're sceptical, so I'm going to get on and read The Bathe. It was written by my great-grandfather, A.P. Herbert. It was written the day before he went into battle at Gallipoli in 1916 in Turkey, and he had been already fighting through Europe. He knew that the day that followed was going to be one of the most serious battles that he'd ever been in. And it was written, a poem that was written when they were in an idyllic area of Turkey at the base camp, knowing that in 24 hours they would be facing the most appalling bloodshed and warfare. And it's about that moment that a soldier faces, knowing that he's in a moment of calm, but that very soon he wouldn't be. I hope you like it. Come, friend, and swim, we may be better then, but here the dust blows ever in the eyes, and wrangling round are the weary, fevered men, forever made with flies. I cannot sleep, nor even long lie still, and you have read your April paper twice. Tomorrow we must stagger up the hill, to man a trench and live among the lice. But yonder, where the Indians have their goats, there is a rock stands sheer above the blue, where one may sit and count the bustling boats, and breathe the cool air through. May find it still is good to be alive, may look across and see the Trojan shore, twinkling and warm, may strip and stretch and dive, and for a space forget about the war. Then will we sit and talk of happy things, home and the high, and some far fighting friend, and gather strength for what the morrow brings, for that may be the end. It may be we shall never swim again, never be clean and comely to the sight, may rot untombed and stink with all the slain. Come then and swim, come and be clean tonight. Thank you.
You see what happens to the weather when there's no parliament. Anyway, I'm going to hand over again to Sharon. She's going to announce the next couple of items. But before she does, and while they have another breather, it occurs to me that Mick just mentioned now that he lost his wife unfortunately this last year. And I've lost mine for a while now, but when she does pass away, your daughter takes over, have you noticed? She becomes your payee, or PA, or whatever you like to call it. You're your boss no longer. I'm looking for a shirt, I'm looking at it. It's in the bin where it belongs. People think you're not owned by anybody. People think I don't look after you. She's a wonderful lass. Wouldn't be without you, dear. She's in here now. I've got to tell her. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to Sharon again. Sharon. No, it's obviously it's easy to say Karen than it is to say Sharon because it gets in your teeth, doesn't it? Here she is, anyway.
That's the last time I'm cooking breakfast. Okay, we're going to introduce the band's principal calling now, which is my son, James Dennis, and he's going to perform a solo for you. And it's for a musical, Jekyll and Hyde, so it's not as well known as some musicals, but there's a lovely song in it. And he managed to sing it only once this year. So you're almost ideally picked. It's called This Is the Moment. It's a fab song, maybe you enjoy it.
This is the moment, this is the day when... Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot the words. That's alright, isn't it? Fortunately, I don't know.
It reminds me of that other song, doesn't it? Unforgettable. That's... I remember what I was singing.
Please let us know if it gets too slick. This is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play. It's here and now, today. This is the moment. This is the time when the
He's back again, isn't he? We've got another one built. You know, we ought to talk to him. Always. But not now. So, did you enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen? James Dennis. So, we'd like to continue with a piece of music written in 1966, I believe it was, by a Mr. Michael Jagger, whether you've heard of him. He was the lead singer of the Rolling Stones, still is, at 75 I think he is now, still strutting his stuff. Well, unfortunately he can't be here tonight. So he's got a gig at the Kalo Club just up the road. So we're going to do it without him. I hope you enjoyed this version. It's slightly different to Mick Jagger's version, but we enjoy it, so I hope you do too.
do what? Oh, that's it.
Singing, that's it.
You know, hey, that's what do you. What was I going to say? I forgot. You get to that age when you forget what you're going to say, don't you? Somebody once said, if you can't remember or you don't remember what you wanted to say nothing. They said that, didn't they? Anyway, it's your turn now. And if you remember I think it was last year, we were talking about the place, how it's changed over the years. And we used to come dancing here. And if you remember, I reminded you, we did the polyglot. Can you remember? And at the same time, they used to play, and we used to dance to a piece called the Military Two-Step. Can you remember the Military Two-Step? And there used to be a tune that invariably they played. And it went to something like this. Boppity, 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 I was riding my charger. Boppity, 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 bop. Just like an Indian Raja. All the girls declare, I am the girl stager. Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping major. Can you remember it? Yes. Shall we try it again? Boppity, 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 I was riding my charger. Boppity, 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 bop, round in an Indian Raja. All the gals declare, I'm the gale stager. Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping major. And occasionally they used to make it progressive. So when the marching forward back and then you march forward, you march the next couple. But before you left the last one, you give them a peck on each cheek and then walk forward. Do you remember it? Probably don't, you know. When you get to my age, like that, you lose touch. Anyway, turn to your song sheets, please. Has everybody got one? Now that we're going to sing, first of all, Bless Them All. But we're only going to sing the chorus just to get you into it. The words are there, bless them all. There's some of the fellows in here will know all the words to this, but we'll not go into that. Here we go then, bless them all. Shall we try it again, Sharon? I was telling you about that lady that's taken me over. I was saying, you know, when I look in television, I'm sure they muffle that mic they carry and they muffle it somewhere. And she listened very patiently to me. And she said, it's not because they're wrong, it's because you're deaf. The next thing, I'd got an appointment made at Specsavers. Have your eyes tested whilst you're there. So do I went. And I've been duly performed upon. I've had an eye done. I can see a bit better now. And strangely enough, the hearing appeared because they found something in my ear. And I've had that removed so I can hear a bit better, mind you. Everybody has to tell me what they say still. Anyway, we're going to sing Lily Marlene now. Off we go. somebody's looking at his time, and I've left some bread in the oven. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of those, you'll remember these, but some of you'll not remember them. But you'll pick it up as we go along. The white cliffs of Dublin. to this one, the last one, Land of Hope and Glory, I began to say, I wonder whether we really ought to sing that, but there's enough pride left in us. But it's surprising, isn't it? There's enough pride left in us. But it's surprising. People want to come. They'll spend thousands and thousands of pounds to come. They'll cross 4 or 5 countries in the hope that they're going to get here. So we must have something. There must be something here that they want. And we moan and groan and complain about everything. And there's people busting the bridges to get here. Here we go then, Land of Hope and Glory. Now then we'll sing one, and then if you could, I'll listen and we might sing it again. And then you're allowed to wait, you know. But none of those, look, don't do it again this year. Tom Jones is not up here. Right. Land of Hope and Glory. Thank you, dear. We'll try to get it. But this time, let's give it some welly. We want to hear us even down at junction 28 and beyond. I shall get no for whether they're better. There we go then. Land of Hope and Glory. it is essential that you get home and answer this list and remember these fellows. I've got a long, long way to go. Anyway, there's going to be an interval now, a quarter of an hour. Do please be prompt, because it will help yourselves and indeed help these good people as well. Quarter of an hour, please. Thanks very much indeed.